The world watches, holding its breath, as an already volatile region teeters on the brink. Imagine waking up to news that two powerful adversaries, locked in a decades-long shadow war, have just taken a direct, unprecedented step, attacking each other's critical energy infrastructure. This isn't a hypothetical scenario. It's the stark reality unfolding right now between Israel and Iran. This week, reports confirmed that both nations launched attacks on gas facilities, sending shockwaves through global markets and signaling a dangerous escalation in their long-standing conflict. The implications are profound, touching everything from the price of your heating bill to the stability of the entire Middle East.
In this deep dive, we're going to break down exactly what happened, why these attacks represent such a significant turning point, and what the ripple effects could mean for the global economy and everyday lives. We'll explore the strategic importance of these gas facilities, the immediate market reactions, and the potential pathways this alarming escalation might take. Let's start with the facts, as reported by NPR and other outlets. Israel and Iran have attacked each other's gas facilities. This isn't just another skirmish, it's a direct targeting of vital economic and strategic assets. For decades, the rivalry between these two nations has largely played out through proxies, cyber warfare, and covert operations. Direct assaults on core infrastructure like gas facilities mark a dangerous and very public departure from these unwritten rules of engagement. Consider the strategic significance. Natural gas is not merely fuel, it's the lifeblood of modern economies. It powers industries, heats homes, generates electricity, and is crucial for many industrial processes. For both Israel and Iran, their respective gas networks are fundamental to their national security and economic stability. Iran, a major global energy producer, relies heavily on its vast gas reserves for domestic consumption and export. Israel, while developing its own offshore gas fields, also depends on a robust energy infrastructure to sustain its highly industrialized society. An attack on these facilities isn't just about destroying property, it's about striking at the heart of a nation's ability to function, to keep its citizens warm, its factories running, and its economy afloat. When news of these attacks broke, the immediate reaction was palpable across financial markets. The phrase "rattles markets" is an understatement. Global energy markets are incredibly sensitive to geopolitical instability, especially in the Middle East, which remains a crucial hub for oil and gas production and transit. Traders and investors immediately factored in increased risk. We saw crude oil futures climb, natural gas benchmarks like the TTF in Europe or Henry Hub in the US showing volatility, and stock markets across the globe reacted with uncertainty. This isn't just abstract numbers on a screen. For you and me, this market reaction translates directly into potential increases at the gas pump, higher utility bills for heating and electricity, and a general inflationary pressure as the cost of energy permeates every sector of the economy. Businesses face higher operational costs, which can lead to increased prices for goods and services, or even slower economic growth. The fear isn't just about current supply, it's about the future supply and the potential for wider disruptions if this escalation continues. This latest development isn't happening in a vacuum. It's the latest, and perhaps most concerning, chapter in a long history of animosity and Iran's support for groups hostile to Israel, such as Hamas and Hezbollah. We've seen cyber attacks targeting infrastructure, assassinations of scientists, and naval skirmishes. But attacking physical gas facilities, a direct hit on sovereign infrastructure, signifies a dangerous new threshold. It suggests a willingness to inflict severe economic pain and disrupt daily life on a national scale, moving beyond proxy conflicts to a more direct, overt form of confrontation. This raises the alarming question: if gas facilities are now fair game, what other critical infrastructure might be next? The strategic calculus behind these attacks is complex. From Israel's perspective, targeting Iranian energy infrastructure could be seen as a deterrent against further aggression, or a response to perceived Iranian provocations. For Iran, striking Israeli gas facilities might be a signal of its capability to retaliate and inflict damage, demonstrating that it will not absorb attacks without a direct response. This tit-for-tat dynamic creates a perilous cycle, where each side feels compelled to respond,
raising the stakes with every new action. The danger here lies in miscalculation, where an intended limited strike could spiral into a broader conflict, drawing in regional and even global powers.
The international community is now grappling with the implications. Leaders worldwide are undoubtedly watching closely, weighing their responses. There will be calls for de-escalation, diplomatic efforts to mediate, and possibly even threats of sanctions if the situation deteriorates further. However, the deeply entrenched nature of the Israeli-Iranian rivalry means that external pressure often has limited effect. The focus will be on preventing this from spiraling out of control, as a full-blown regional conflict involving these two powers would have catastrophic consequences for global energy supplies, trade routes, and international security.
Looking ahead, the situation is incredibly fluid and uncertain. We could see a range of scenarios unfold. One possibility is a tense de-escalation, where both sides, having made their point, pull back from the brink, perhaps through back-channel diplomacy or the intervention of other nations. However, the history of this conflict suggests that such de-escalations are often temporary, leading to renewed tensions later. Another possibility is a sustained period of low-level but direct infrastructure warfare, where attacks on energy or other critical facilities become a new norm. This would keep markets in a constant state of anxiety and maintain a high level of regional instability. The most concerning scenario, of course, is a further escalation into a wider, more conventional conflict, which would have devastating human and economic costs, potentially involving other regional actors and disrupting global energy flows on an unprecedented scale.
Policy shifts in response could include nations reevaluating their energy security strategies, looking for ways to diversify supply chains and reduce reliance on volatile regions. Technology advances in defense and offense, particularly in cyber warfare and drone capabilities, will likely play an even greater role in future conflicts. Market behavior will continue to be driven by fear and uncertainty, with energy prices remaining elevated and volatile until a clear path to de-escalation emerges. And public conversation, both within the affected nations and globally, will be dominated by concerns over peace, security, and economic stability. A balanced perspective requires us to compare multiple sources, understand the historical and geopolitical context, and question assumptions about what might happen next.
So, where does this leave us? The attacks by Israel and Iran on each other's gas facilities represent a significant and worrying escalation in their long-standing rivalry. By targeting critical energy infrastructure, both nations have demonstrated a willingness to inflict substantial economic pain and disrupt daily life, moving beyond the shadows into direct confrontation. This has rattled global energy markets, driving up prices and fueling uncertainty, with potential ripple effects for economies worldwide. The path forward is fraught with danger, and the international community faces the urgent task of preventing further escalation.